I think the most meaningful thing for me this weekend was listening to the keynote speaker, John O'Leary. One thing that he really said that really spoke to my heart was that we always need to see ourselves as victors rather than victims. That way that we always know our why, and that way we can overcome any how.
One of the most meaningful takeaways that I've had this weekend at AFA came from a panel that we did on global agriculture. We got 3 industry leaders to talk about their thoughts on trade deals, on businesses going global, and how we as students moving from college into the workforce can not only contribute to that global perspective, but can also seek out jobs and what that's going to look like in the future.
Even though we all are a part of something much bigger than ourselves, we have to recognize that with the network we've made this week that we can truly make a difference in the world.
The ability to build connections and to meet up with other advocates around the nation and to be able to have good conversation with them about their hometowns and what makes them who they are.
I think the most meaningful takeaway for me would definitely be how to present, communicate, and carry myself as a professional.
And when you think about leadership, you often think to yourself and how you can improve yourself as a leader. But one thing we learned is the leader is only as important as the followers behind them, and really making sure that you're developing others before yourself.
There wasn't only leaders within this conference close to my same age, but there's industry professionals that know exactly what they're doing. They've been in our shoes.
The most surprising thing was the diversity of people that I met. I got to meet people with so many different stories, backgrounds, from so many different cultures, and although we all share this very common passion for agriculture, we're all bringing very different facets into the industry.
Being from the Midwest, I'm from Minnesota, and being able to go and find out that you know people from Kansas City who actually went to school with people that you knew in Kansas, it's a great experience.
AFA, even though it was a conference with over 730 people, was that they really made it personalized for me. Like, I had breakfast with industry professionals, everybody, like a lot of people knew my name by the end of it, and I knew a lot of people from a different conference that I attended, so I feel like it's all connected.
The most surprising thing for me was just the number of industry professionals and executives that we were able to meet and network with.
Coming here alone without anyone else, I kind of didn't really expect to meet people and actually make good friendships, but I feel like the atmosphere at the AFA Leaders Conference really allows for you to grow and meet people and form really great relationships that I think will last after Leaders Conference and on into the rest of my life.
I think when people go to a leadership conference, people tell them all the time that it's going to be the greatest thing and it's going to change your life. But I think AFA is different than all other leaders conferences because Russ Weathers said it best. It's not a leadership conference. Most of us are already leaders or are leading in our community. So they're really just trying to build us up and make us better.
This is my 3rd year at AFA, and every year I come back and I'm faced with a new surprise. This year, being in track 4, I've been really surprised with how much of an awesome atmosphere it is. In track 4, we're able to reflect in a much more open atmosphere with a smaller group. If I could tell my peers anything about AFA, it would be that it is truly a unique experience, unlike any that I've had before. The curriculum here and just the environment with all the people and being to interact with students and professionals in the industry alike.
I'd like my peers to know that AFA is an organization founded for the betterment of students. The CEO, Russ Weathers, always talks about you bloom where you're planted, and AFA grants an amazing opportunity, whatever track you go into, to find out where you can plant yourself and bloom to the fullest extent. I know that my life, professional and personal, has been made better not only because of the connections I've made, but some of the tools that AFA and the AFA Leaders Conference has equipped me with.
That it's not just something to put on a resume, you actually gain really great personal experience. I feel like I grew not only in my confidence, but in my experience as a professional, and I can definitely use these things in my personal life too.
I personally think that AFA is one of the greatest leadership experiences that anybody in agriculture can go to.
This conference truly develops the next generation of leaders.
AFA is so much more than I ever expected it would be. I fell in love with it. I fell in love with AFA, and I literally want everybody to know about it.